This world shall know pain. Almighty push!
UA High School is widely considered to be the best academy to pursue a career as a hero in My Hero Academia. Over the years, this school has managed to produce some of the absolute top heroes, such as the former number 1 hero All Might himself. The current generation of heroes at UA is full of students with splendid talent, with some being capable of becoming the next number 1 hero in the future of the series. Among a plethora of students who train rigorously to become pro heroes at UA High School, some tend to shine more than the others. Here are the 10 strongest students at UA ranked by their strength. Shinso is a student from the General Department of Class 1C at UA. Making his debut during the sports festival, Shinso's power instantly made him a fan favorite. He possesses the quirk known as brainwashing, which allows him to capitalize on anyone who answers any of his questions. Under Aizawa's training, Shinso has made the usage of this ability far more impressive, and he can now use a voice changer to further trick his enemies. Furthermore, Shinso's physical prowess has also reached a point where he can fight against others without relying on his quirk, thanks to him adopting Shota Aizawa's cloth bind technique. Shino has successfully passed the entrance exam during the joint training arc, and he'll now sit in the hero course from his second year at Setsuna Tokage. Described as Class 1B's most talented student, Tokage is extremely skilled and prideful. As her name suggests, Tokage's quirk, known as Lizard Tail Splitter, allows her to split up her body into several parts and use every part with great precision telekinetically. Undoubtedly, this is a fearsome ability, and with its powers, Tokage was certain that she could defeat Katsuki Bakugo. Although she lost to him pretty badly, Tokage remains to be an excellent student, much of whose abilities haven't been completely revealed just yet. Tokoyami. One of the dark horses of Class 1A, Tokoyami is the user of the frightening quirk known as Dark Shadow, which gives him the powers of a strange bird-like shadow entity that dwells within him. Tokoyami's quirk gets stronger in the presence of darkness, and weaker when there's light around. Consequently, he fails to control it properly in complete darkness, which is why he chooses to suppress his abilities as much as possible. Nonetheless, Tokoyami's abilities are certainly deadly, and although he doesn't get to show it off as much, he's one of UA's strongest. Eijiro Kirishima. Class 1A's Eijiro Kirishima is one of the brightest students at UA. While he doesn't appear to be dangerous based on his appearance, his quirk says otherwise. Kirishima has the power of hardening at his disposal, using which he can solidify his body to different degrees at will. Once taken to its limits, Kirishima gains a form known as Red Riot Unbreakable. This form of his is exceptionally fearsome, and it certainly makes him a threat to any villain out there. In terms of skill, his mastery over it ensures that Kirishima is one of the strongest at UA, even more so in his own class. Shoto Todoroki. Belonging to Class 1A, Shoto Todoroki is said to be a prodigy who is already at around the level of pro heroes. His father, Endeavor, made sure that he trained his skills to the point where he could, one day, surpass even All Might. Shoto's quirk is known as half-cold half-hot, and it is a perfect mixture of his mother's ice ability and his father's flame ability. Using this quirk, he can manipulate both these powers simultaneously and give rise to a highly destructive power. Despite that, Shoto had much to learn, and his control over his fire side isn't as good, which is why he's training under Endeavor right now. Bakugou Katsuki. Undoubtedly one of the strongest UA freshmen, Class 1A's Bakugo is a monster in terms of strength. With the aim of surpassing All Might and becoming the number 1 hero in the future, Bakugo joined UA, and as expected, he has excelled ever since. His quirk is known as Explosion, and with its powers, Bakugo can produce nitroglycerin from his palms and ignite it to create enormous explosions. With his abilities, Bakugo rivals Midoriya in terms of skill, and could even be superior to him, arguably. Just like Shoto, he's training under Endeavor to become stronger right now. Izuku Midoriya. The successor of All Might and the current user of One for All, Midoriya might just be the strongest student from Class 1A at UA currently. He has fought some of the most heinous villains during his time at UA, and his capabilities are only improving with time. Apart from the drastic physical boost that One for All gives to him, he can also access 7 more quirks thanks to the former users of this ability. Midoriya has recently manifested the power to use his second quirk, known as Black Whips, and he's currently training to control its powers under Endeavor's tutelage. Neijiro Hato. One of the 3 strongest students at UA, Neijiro belongs to Class 3A. Working under the current number 10 hero, Ryuko, Neijiro has taken her powers to an extremely high level. She wields the quirk known as Wave Motion, and it grants her the ability to use her life energy and emit them in the form of powerful blasts. More or less, her quirk resembles that of Katsuki Bakugo, and in application, they're quite identical in appearance as well. Although much of her powers remain unseen right now, she displayed quite a bit of it during the HYPEKAGE arc, and it goes without saying that she's already a hero the villains fear. Tamaki Amakiji. Also known by his hero name, Senator, Tamaki Amajiki is arguably UA's second strongest student in My Hero Academia. He possesses the power of Manifest, which lets him transform his arms and legs into anything that he's eaten prior to using it. Although this ability doesn't seem threatening, the way Senator makes use of it is commendable. As seen in the HYPEKAGE arc, Tamaki's powers let him combat some of the most physically apt fighters. On top of his quirk, he also possesses incredible willpower which doesn't permit him to quit unless he stands above his enemies. Undoubtedly, he's going to be a fantastic pro hero. Mirio Tagata. Class 3A's Mirio Tagata is, undoubtedly, the strongest of them all. His strength is such that he was openly described by Aizawa as the guy closest to All Might even among the pro heroes. Mirio's power is known as permeation and it lets him slip through things at will. On the surface, it appears to be an overpowered ability, but in truth, Mirio has turned it into what it is today. Even without using his quirk, Mirio is undeniably a tremendous fighter, as displayed in the HYPEKAGE arc. Although he's lost his quirk, it should eventually come back to him, and hopefully, we'll see him get even stronger in the future.